few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Smith-Schuster.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Check 26, check 26. 22, 44.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Nick Chubb, the ball.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A gain of 2 yards on
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're...
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. Oh, but he'll be stopped well short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. Running with McFarland. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So still 14 yards to go, second down.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Kill. Alert. Mike 51. Let's go. 51. Alert.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you were going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just didn't I?
Yeah, you did. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield now. They set up the screen to Chubb, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brought down by Sean Davis.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Chubb. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Cameron Hayward.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down.
Six nothing our score after 1.
With the score, Steelers 6, Browns nothing.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The Browns ball carrier. Vince Williams on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
At the 11.
And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. After
the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing, Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. First carry for James Conner. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Taken down at the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
57 to Mike. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Now the 3rd-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete.
Mayfield. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
36. Tighten up.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Roethlisberger. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out, to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Landry now on the return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Mayfield looks to throw, and that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the give, this is McFarland. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 30. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. They'll run with Chubb. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, after the loss on first down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet, but time is still going to be a factor in their decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have to score a touchdown here. You've got to find a way to cash in.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Ball carrier.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up. And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6.
Makes the score Browns 10, Steelers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That catch good for only a couple.
And at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, McFarland. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
McFarland once more. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The tackle made just shy.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on fourth. Now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Chris Boswell.
And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded in the end zone. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up
maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Complete to number 13.
Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Seibert on for the PAT.
Point after.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Browns 24, Steelers 13.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's McFarland. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. On 1st down, McFarland, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
Toss play to Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They run it again with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Fourth down, Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
180. 51, come on. Watch the out, watch the out. Hey. Snickers, 66, 50.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And his pass incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Ben to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. The Steelers were last, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Steelers 19. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
50.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Browns 33, Steelers 26. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.